Hello and welcome to another College Basketball Weekly powered by the Full Court Network. LT here, back in Asada with my guy Sammy D. It's an exciting week every week because we're getting closer to college basketball season starting in November. But hey, if you love us, if you like us, don't forget to give us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Pound the subscribe button if you're watching on the YouTube channel because we want to be your home for college basketball. But hey, off season, what does it mean? Freaking transfer portal, which
it's not off season. It's offer season. That's what we're in right now.
I like that. I like that. Have you seen the recent numbers? Almost 4,000 transfers between D1, D2, over 2,400 in D1, D2's 1,400. But it's crazy because you look at it. The portal opened Monday, March 23rd. It finally freaking closed last week, Tuesday, April 22nd. I'm exhausted. I can't follow this transfer portal.
It's hard to follow. You want to follow the big names where they're going, and it's unfortunately we follow the money as well. I mean, that's the question, right? It's like you see guys out there being like, okay, this guy's going to Alabama, or this guy's going to USC or UCLA or Indiana.
Or this guy demands $4 million, aka
and
PJ
that's
Hagerty.
Always the follow-up question now, right? Like, is like, oh, what's this guy getting paid, right? There's definitely a new art to recruiting and retainment with coaches. We talk about that with some of our coaches interviews in our other show, and it is an art form what's happening out there, from a coach's perspective. It's going to be interesting to see how some of these rosters come together the next couple months.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I mean, we talked to Walter Clayton Jr. Had a really good question for him. You look at a guy like that, it benefited him. Max Strus went from Lewis to DePaul, benefited him. You don't hear much about the money in that respect. I mean, when I saw that PJ Hagerty wants the ball and $4 million, I mean, a year ago he transferred from Tulsa to Memphis saying like he wanted to be in the NBA, and who better not to learn from is Penny Hardaway. Well, that obviously doesn't mean shit now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think it's you're in a landscape of college basketball, especially on the men's side, where you want the best athletic talent, but from a coach's perspective, you want guys in the locker room who can fill a stat sheet, but also almost more importantly, if not more importantly, fit into the culture that is being created there. And you talk to 30 plus coaches at the NABC convention and the Final Four, and part of those conversations were like, once guys start throwing numbers out there, it's like interview's over. It's like we'll get to that eventually, but players and agents cannot be leading with that question moving forward. Right. Yeah. It has to be, are you going to fit into my program? Because as a coach, the coaches know how to win with their style. And if a player can't come in, no matter how good they are, and fit into that style, you can ruin that year, and that could ruin a coach's career eventually.
Yeah. I just don't like the whole month thing. I mean, PJ, and I'm not to pick on PJ Hagerty. I'm a big fan of his, but I mean, he literally declared for the portal like the last week of the portal, as did others. I mean, one that we've got coming up, Nate Johnson, who now I will preface, he did play 4 years at Akron. He's going to graduate. I had a really good one-on-one session with him that's going to be right after this in a second. And I really liked his answers and how he felt about it. So I have no problem. I think the transfer portal should give kids some opportunities. I mean, he wanted to try playing in the Power 5 and see if he could do it. I mean, you can't afford to get that. But the transfer portal is good. It allows people, but hey, you get one free transfer. Your coach leaves, you get another free transfer. But if you want to transfer, again, you got to sit out. I mean, this whole 25 years old and transferring 4 or 5 times is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think things will change. I don't know if they're going to be this year or it's going to be a step-by-step process. I mean, I think it has to be a step-by-step process with how far in the ditch we are with this whole thing, with NIL, transfer portal, coaching carousel, all these things just combined, all happening within the same 60-day period is not good for college basketball.
No, right. And it's just like the changes by Tupac. And this is a good segue. So we talk about how mid-majors have to be kind of unique and different, especially with the landscape of college basketball. They don't have the budgets for NIL or pay per play or whatever. I really love, and he kind of hinted at it when I interviewed him, what Mike Bibby did at Sac State.
Ooh.
It's official. Shaquille O'Neal, Neon DeBow. No, Neon
Neon
DeBow. Neon DeBow. The Big Cactus. The big ticket. Shaquille O'Neal is the
now
general
the
manager.
big general manager.
Now we got to get a big. He's the big Hornet.
There you go.
Of Sacramento State.
Like
he
it.
is first he signs his son. Now he gets the big guy. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's great. Any player, Shaq could call any potential recruit and say, listen, I love Coach Bibby. I trust him with my son. NBA pro. I mean, people know who Mike Bibby is. He's a good dude, good cat, great player. But getting that phone call saying, hey, you need to come to Sacramento State and I'll work you out here and there in practice with Shaquille. I mean, they're going to be big man you.
Yeah, no, Sac State's doing something special. I mean, what they've accomplished just on paper the past 30, 45 days, with Bibby and then some of the recruits, and now Shaq being officially a part of the program in some capacity. I mean, look out for Sac State. Maybe they're not this first year, but, the next couple of years, I mean, they're going to get better and better every single year. And, that's going to be a fun team to watch, and it's going to remind me of other programs out there where you're going to have a lot of celebrities coming to Sac State.
Yeah,
and that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, so watch that out. Let's go hear from Nate Johnson and myself. Well, you don't want to hear from me. A little bit more about the transfer portal, a little bit how it came about that he left Akron to go to Kansas State, and it's a good one.
Let's get it.
All right, so I'm here with one of my favorite college basketball players, Nate Johnson, formerly of the Akron Zip, soon to be with the K State Wildcats. So, Nate, I want to ask you, I mean, you were a 3-star recruit. You're number 10 in the state of Ohio. You had quite a few offers in the MAC. Why Akron?
Akron was like the place that really felt like home for me. When they were recruiting me, it was like constantly calls every day. Coach Robbie was the main corporate recruiting me, so I mean, talking to him every day, and then Coach Gross I get to talk to Coach Gross, and it just felt like home. I mean, I knew Greg Tribble before I had took like in consideration of going there, but adding a guy from the Cincinnati who says he loves it up there, has added a boost to it, knowing a familiar face and just the development part of Akron.
Yeah,
you get better. You get better as a player there. So
yeah, and that's funny you say that because your first 3 seasons you averaged about 8.8 points a game. You started 60 out of 92 2 games, and then last year in your senior season, Conference Player of the Year, averaged about 14 points a game, 4.9 rebounds, and just over 3 assists per game. And then you'll be in Akron folklore forever with 2.7. What does 2.7 mean to you? Sorry, 2.3. 2.3. What does 2.3 mean to you?
2.3 what?
Seconds.
Oh, that's I would say the game winner, but I mean also just to have an opportunity to have the ball in my hand to win that championship.
Hey, what are they getting for food? I'm kind of hungry. What's going on in the background over there? Anything good? Are we eating anything good?
I don't know. I'm looking for some leftovers right now.
Leave me some, boss. Leave me some, boss.
I'm trying to.
There you go. So let me ask you something. First 3 seasons, if the transfer portal was more prevalent back then when you first started, maybe after your freshman year, because you struggled a little bit your first year. I mean, you had a good first year. Do you think, because I had this conversation with Mike Bibby last week. I mean, obviously, Mike Bibby is first-year head coach at Sac State, NBA player, national champion. Do you think you would have developed as much if you didn't stay at Akron after your first year?
Honestly, I honestly don't know, but I mean, since I was there, I feel like yeah, but at the same time, just having that self-awareness, but also being able to have the coaches at Akron that are aware of my game and know like what I really needed to work on to, keep improving and getting better each year. It really helped. But I mean, I'm very self-aware of what I need to work on and, how I need to work on certain things. But I feel like
Yeah.
I would, but I feel like I wouldn't have made a jump as I did at Akron though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would agree with you. Just seeing you firsthand, and obviously I'll miss you, but West Virginia's close, and as it's Cincinnati, where you're from. Let me ask you this. So, take me through the process. You guys win the MAC championship, obviously with a last-second heroic layup. You play in the NCAA tournament, kind of struggle against Arizona. Most of your teammates, I believe, all your teammates said they're coming back. Take me through the process because you actually entered for the NBA draft on April 11th, and then you went in the transfer portal April 17th. Kind of take me through that process, Nate.
Um, I mean, it's kind of it's a weird process. I mean, honestly, my mind was set on staying at Akron, but I also didn't want to have a regret of not knowing like what possibilities or opportunities I could have if I enter my name to the portal. So just having those talks with my family and just figuring out things of what the future could hold for me and what I want to do. Um, I mean, I know the way I kind of went about it was a little late for Akron, so I put them in a
Right.
bag. And by no means do I wish that on anybody, but I kind of came to my decision a little late. But
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah. What was the conversations with Coach Gross? I mean, obviously you were probably obviously very open and honest with him. I mean, he recruited you, you played for him. I mean, he's a great dude. Did you get him at least a Starbucks gift card?
no, I mean the conversation was it was a little hard. I mean, it was difficult for both parties on that end.
Mhm.
Knowing that like Akron is my home and the place that I will forever love and be grateful for, and I got to be there for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was an understanding, but at the same time, I mean, obviously disappointment, especially at the time that I did it. So it was nothing but understanding. But
Yeah.
he said he had love. He still loved me no matter what. But
Yeah. You know what? You hit something on the nail on the head, and I think this is so true. If you didn't try, you would have never known. And I think that's not a bad reason to leave. I mean, it's not like you were sitting around for 9 months. Where am I going to go next? Where am I go next? I mean, you played there 4 years. You had 4 great years. I mean, you'll graduate with an Akron degree. So I guess take me through the process. You enter the portal on April 17th. What then happens?
uh, I don't think I got downstairs to like I went upstairs to do my compliance, put my name in the portal. So I got downstairs, it was a Twitter tweet. I'm already in the portal, and I was like, dang, like it's happening fast. So I mean, I go sit in the car, call my mom. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm in the portal now. And next thing you know, I'm getting calls and texts from different schools, and it's just like, hey, like, I mean, try to, not weed out like the schools that you don't want to go to or want to go to, but just take it in for a little bit. It's time to just sit there for a little bit and just think like, dang, like these schools want me to come here. Like just the fact that schools are calling me is still like it was still crazy, but you know.
It never ends. I mean, were you ever called or recruited during the season by chance?
No.
Yeah, okay. Because we've heard different people say they have and what have you, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot. So let me ask you something. We talked about this off the air. Why Kansas State?
I mean, it's crazy because I've like during the season I was watching some of their games, and I remember going back 2 years ago when we was in the Caymans and Kansas State was there, and I remember they had won the Caymans and my apartment, not my apartment, but my hotel room was right outside. Like right outside was their meeting room, their meeting space. So after they won the championship, you could see Marquise Noel and their team with the speaker going into the meeting space, and it was crazy. So then come back to now, I'm still watching the games because Coach Tang is a good coach, and I enjoy watching him, especially when they went on tournament run. So I still kept up with him. Um, I mean, it's just he lets his guys play. He's a great coach. He's a great person. What more could you ask for a coach?
Yeah. Do you think he's a better dancer than Coach Gross? Because we've seen some of his celebratory dances. I mean, how would you compare them as dancers?
I mean, I've really never really seen Coach Gross dance. It's always been like celebratory, so I really can't really compare that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think Coach Gross would be good at the two-step and stuff like that. So,
Oh yeah, no. I think Coach Rose would definitely hit a little two stepper. Michael Jackson is one of his favorite artists. So I think he got a little something in him.
the truth comes out. Coach Gross loves Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror, baby. So let me ask you this. What is K-State getting?
Getting a experienced guard who wants to win and who can play on both sides of the court, who can impact the game on both sides of the court.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite games was actually one of your lowest scoring performance. I can't remember who you played. Yeah, it was against South Alabama. You had 10 assists.
Yeah.
You had 10 assists. I mean, that's phenomenal.
That's one of the things I take pride in, being able to have vision on the court. Not many people, expect that out of me just because, I can score and do all this, but I'm really a pass first guard, if anything. I mean, I was getting yelled at a lot to, be more aggressive and score more, but
So you heard me your freshman and sophomore year to drive more and shoot the ball.
yeah.
That was me up there.
So yeah, I mean, hey, you wasn't the only one.
Yeah. Yeah. And you get it. I mean, I think this is a really good move for you. I hate to say that as a Zips lover and someone that lives in Akron and what have you. And we have a connection through my brother-in-law who said that you need to see him before you go to Manhattan. And I said I would say that.
Yeah.
So,
I go down there and see them every Thursday. I didn't get to go this Thursday because I was in Manhattan, but
yeah.
every Thursday I try to go, go by there and talk to them.
Yep.
Just hang out.
Yep. So last question. I mean, now that you are you are locked in at Kansas State, how much recruiting are you doing?
As much recruiting as they need me to do. If they want me to, hey, help us out with this guy, help us out here. I'm trying my best, to make sure that, this team that we have is solidified and that, we got the right guys, and that way we can get to work in June and get ready for a big season ahead.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, Coach Tang really preaches culture. And I think what he's doing this year, I think last year, I think he struggled a little bit with NIL and the transfer portal. And no offense to him, just, I mean, they went on a run, which was great. It took him a little bit of time to gel, we'll say. But I think the players he's bringing in, especially like players like you and some others, are really going to kind of just hit the ground running. I think it's going to be a really exciting scene. So, Nate, you're going to stick on with us for one more second. But, Nate, thanks a lot. Best of luck. We will be cheering for you, believe it or not. So, I guess go Wildcats or whatever they say. So. All right, so that's a great episode. It was really cool, real and raw with Nate. I love him. I mean, he's a great player. I'm going to be following him at Kansas State. We're big fans of Coach Tang. I feel bad kind of how it happened, as does he, because we have a lot of respect for Coach Gross. We've gotten to know him. I mean, he runs a great program, but, his reason for leaving and, trying, I can't fault him. And I think guys like that are leaving kind of for the right, but like Yaxel Langenberg, he's going from UAB, he was there for multiple years. He's going to Michigan for, I believe it's last year. I mean, can you fault these guys that, don't want to live in regret potentially in 20 years and make a little bit of extra money?
Generational wealth, man. Some things that some of these kids have never had before. So
something that's skipping me, but but whatever. But Sammy, we'll be back next week. Don't forget to check out the latest episode with Coach M. Margenthal. No, what is it?
Morgenthaler.
Why don't you do that? You rip on me, but I can say Pulikitis. John Pulikitis from Yale.
Only took me 18 times, but it's all good. Yeah, no, we've got a great episode with Coach Matt Morgenthaler from the Minnesota State Mavericks, also the new president of the NABC. Talk a little bit about his role in Division II and what that means with the whole college basketball landscape, as well as some things that we can expect from the NABC and the Coaches Association this coming year. So great episode.
Yep, it's always a great episode, especially when you're with me, believe it or not. But don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Follow us on the Full Court Network, the home of college basketball. We hope to be the home of college basketball for you. Don't forget to check out all our social media handles that'll be below. And, we're getting 1 minute, 1 second, 1 hour, 1 day closer to the NCAA season starting in November next year. Practices start October. And we'll be back next week on the Full Court Press Network, a.k.a. College Basketball Weekly.